Okay, so right now you might want to do what? Bring in a story, bring in the character. Okay, so now we are going to use a particular application on feature on Canva, all right, and it's called piston. Okay, so when you learn comics, you're going to understand how to use this piston separately. Okay, so but it's also on Canva. So to get your piston, you won't actually see it the way I just scrolled down and saw it. So you need to scroll down on your desktop and you see more. So when you tap on the more, you're going to find other applications on Canva. All right, so you can see all those applications, and whichever one I select. So this is piston. All right, so for instance, if I tap on this box, okay, so you see use. So once I tap use, it will load in up here. You can see box right here. So the next thing you say connect. So you now have to create an account on that piston that we want to use right now, so that you can be able to use it on your Canva. All right, so but right now I've already done all of this, and that is why I can just select piston on my Canva. All right, so those of us on smartphones, it's still the same way. All right, so if you just scroll through your menu, you're going to see that more button. All right, so that you can be able, in fact, I think I should show you guys where you're going to find this on your mobile devices. Okay, so I'm going to, all right, so now you can see my smartphone screen. All right, so we are going to go to Canva. Okay, so we are on Canva right now. So the next thing I'm going to go to, I'm just going to, I'm still going to find what I'm doing right here, because the way it's on my smartphone is also going to be, sorry, the way it's on my laptop, it's also going to be on my smartphone. All right, so I can see recent designs already. So I'm just going to select this particular design. I believe that's what I'm working on currently, right? I believe it should be what I'm working on. I hope it is. All right, it is. All right, so you can see chapter 1, everything we have on our laptop is also on our desktop. Okay, so now I'm going to open the piston. So when I tap on the plus sign here, all right, so you scroll all the way down, so you're going to see more. So when you go more, you find piston. So you can see piston right here, right? So when I open piston, you're now going to log into piston. Why you're seeing it open is because I've already logged in. So you're going to sign up, create an account on piston, so that you can be able to just find an image. Because why we are using piston is so that we can be able to use the same character repeatedly. Okay, so now we're going to find a boy that's going to represent James. All right, so I'm just going to tap either here and type boy. Okay, so for those on laptop, you just tap boy also. So we are going to find boy. Okay, all right, so we have boy. So right now I'm going to continue with my desktop. Okay, guys, so we have boy. Okay, so let's look for the one that is going to represent James. Okay, let's look for a boy that will represent James. Maybe we should find a boy. Okay, all right, we can use this fat boy. Okay, so we have a boy here. All right, that's going to represent James. So I selected him and then he came in here. All right, so I'm just going to expand. Okay, so we have a boy on here. So let's take it back so that I can see how it looks. Okay, so we have a boy. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to go back to my elements. Okay, so you on laptop, or sorry, on a mobile device, you already know where element is. So I'm going to write stone. Okay, so I'm going to type stone. So let's find a stone inside under our element. Okay, so that we can place the stone. Okay, all right, so we have some stones right here. So let's use this one. Okay, so he didn't see this stone. Okay, it's not supposed to be too much. All right, so we have stone. Okay, so he stepped on the stone. All right, so that's chapter so the next thing we can type here is, we can still come back, go to our tests. Okay, and continue, subhead. Okay, now let's bring it closer. Okay, so subhead. Okay, subhead and reduce. So you need to ensure that all of your text is in the same sizes. Okay, it's like this one. So what I'm going to do is select the text over here. So you can see the size here is 17.3. all right, so I'm also going to go down here and just come here and write 17.3. all right, so I'm going to write 17.3. okay, so now it's the same size as the other one. A girl named Jane saw him and ran to help. Okay, so we have a girl named James, so let's just put this in. all right, and then let's now go back to our piston, okay, and look for a girl. So we have James, so this is James. Okay, so this is James, so James fell down. Okay, so this is James. All right, then let's now look for a girl. Let's write girl, so that it will happen that the girl found James. Okay, so we have a girl. Where is our girl? Where is our girl? Where is our girl? Okay, all right, so I'm trying to find James. Okay, this can be our James, sorry, Jane. Okay, so let's make sure that James and Jane is the same height. So you can see that James is facing this other end, so I'm going to just tap on flip and then flip horizontal. all right, now James is facing Jane. Okay, so we now have James and Jane, all right, facing each other. Okay, we have James and Jane facing each other. So you can just use this, so whichever character you want to bring in, just go to your piston, find the character. Okay, now it means that we are only going to be using this girl, all right, and this boy all through our story. Okay, so if you need to bring in maybe a school setting, so you can just go to your elements, okay, and search for school. all right, and search for school. So you search for school. all right, we have school building, school blah blah blah. So you remember it should be an animated school, of course. So let's write school building. So we have some schools here. Okay, we have some schools right here. So make sure you don't use anyone that has this sign. Okay, that means it's a pro element. Okay, so let's use this and try to make a school. Okay, so let's keep it right here, and then that means James will have to be small. Okay, maybe that they met here, and then this is Jane as well. So this is Jane. Okay, so they met right here around their school. Okay, all right, so let's keep our school here. all right, so let's bring down this so that you can see how it looks. Okay, so once you are done, you can just keep writing and making more stories and bringing more characters until you are done. You can see that we have 5 pages right here. Okay, you can see we have 5 pages right here. So once all of these are done, okay, I can continue to write this, so you know the stories in your head and you want to bring it to life. Okay, so the next thing you're now going to do is what? Before you export, you need to bring in your book cover. all right, so we are going to now learn how to design our book cover before we can now make it into a story ebook. all right, into a story ebook. So ebook means electronic book. all right, so it can only be accessed with a mobile device, electronic device, either a smartphone, tablet, iPad, laptop. Okay, except if mommy and daddy wants to print your book for you. all right, you can tell them to print it so that it will now become a physical book. all right, so right now let's learn how to design our book cover. Okay.